Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years. We're dedicated to delivering quality auto parts, expert customer service, fast and free shipping, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. So visit us at 1aauto.com, your trusted source for quality auto parts. I'm going to remove this trim panel first. Plastic trim tools from 1aauto.com, best way to do it without harming your interior finish. Pull out on this panel. Once you get it out, make sure you're pulling straight, and then it kind of comes off this way. Same thing here with your switch panel. And then disconnect the switches. There's tabs, green tab here, and this blue tab here. Looks like this one came right out. Just a little tab on the side. Disconnect it. Now you want to get this off. Should pull out. There are 6 7mm bolts. 1, 2. There's one missing here, but 3 and 4. And right down at the bottom, 5 and 6. And we'll remove those. Again, using your plastic trim tool, get in underneath of the rear switch. And clips are on the side, so you just kind of get it under there, twist. It pulls up and out, and you do kind of have to rotate it up like that and out, and press the tab and disconnect. Make sure you have all your bolts out. And the door panel, one of mine just fell out, which is okay. Door panel comes out and off. Pull your handle to pull the cable out, then grab hold of this little ball here to hold the cable out. And then pull the cable from the door lock. And then use a screwdriver or something to help you release the tabs here. You'll need to raise your window up. And disconnect your switch again. And pull your shield back far enough to reveal this 6mm bolt and remove it. That allows you to slide this forward and pull. Actually, that'll be good enough right there. Use a pick or a flat blade screwdriver. Release this yellow clip, let out, and then pull the the latch rod out. And then you'll need to remove this 11mm nut that holds the back of the door lock. And now pull the door lock out, and you can twist it off of its rod. 2 8mm bolts hold the bottom window track in place. We're going to remove those. And then reach in and take the track out. 3 T27 bolts hold the lock mechanism in place. We'll remove those. Unlatch your lock rod, and then as you're pulling the last one out, your mechanism can go down. It's just a kind of question of getting the right angle and bringing it out. Your leads are down at the bottom. There's a little tab here. And once you pull that down, come down here, take this clip out and disconnect this lead here. Just push down on the tab, disconnect, and then you can pull. Just kind of have to get the mechanism to cooperate with you. Pull it out. Disconnect your two leads, one there, that one there. Remove the cable from the clip here. Just pull it apart, pull the cable out, set that aside. And then here there's just a little pin holding that in. You pull firmly, that'll come off. To remove the cable, push firmly out on the bracket. Okay, now you have the cable loose. Bring that down and out. To install your replacement cable, put it through, pull that lever, and get the end of it locked in there. Then put it back in place. It can help to put it that way so you can push it down in. And then this, the pin goes back into here. You just put it on like that and lock it back into place. Reinstall the harness. The black connector goes to the sensor on the lock mechanism. And the gray connector goes to the lock actuator. Okay, make sure your lock actuator rod's in, your lock rod's in, the harnesses are at the bottom. Feed your cable kind of through the door panel and feed it down in. Make sure you feed your lock up through here. Make sure your lock rod stays upright. And bring it up into place. Start your 3 screws in. Before you tighten it up, just make sure you don't have any harnesses pinched in. You can move this harness out, reconnect it, put it back in place. Make sure your harnesses are free, your lock rod is free, and this is free, and then you can tighten these up. Track goes back in, this flared end's on the top. Feed it down in place, and then you can see, then move it around and line up the clips and start in your 8mm bolts and tighten them up. Put your lock cylinder back in place. Start the 11mm nut on. Make sure it goes into the door handle properly, and then we'll tighten that up. Get your lock rod back in place, make sure it goes up, unlocks, locks, unlock it, and then put it into the clip. Make sure it locks and is secure. And then open up this clip, push up a little bit on the latch rod, put it in, and lock the clip in place. And put this block back in place. Make sure that your door lock cable is clipped into the back side. And top on, back to latch, and the bottom latch. Okay. Lock this back in place. Make sure all your harnesses kind of go in there, and put your 6mm bolt back in place. And then you can put your water shield back up. The door panel has a series of hooks that go into slots in the door, so you can kind of put it into place. Make sure your harnesses go through. Put the cable into the door, pull it, push it through. Make sure your harnesses come up through. Put your door lock button in. Line up all those hooks. Just gonna make sure our door lock button goes into the hole. Okay, the hooks should all line up and allow the panel to be flush with the door. Make sure your mirror harness comes through as well. Both the front and the back are flush. Push it down into place, and then we can reinstall our 6 7mm bolts that hold it in place. For these two that go in at the door handle, we just put some grease on there. That actually is just going to make it so they kind of stay in our socket. Feed it into place and start them in. Just clean the grease off the socket and start the other ones in. And on these bottom ones, tighten them. Don't get them too tight because you'll end up stripping the plastic nuts that they go into. And reconnect your harness leads. Green, the blue, a small black one. Oops. And make sure you put it in there correctly. Push it down and lock it into place. And this one kind of hooks on the top first. Snaps in place. And this one snaps right in place. Install the mirror switch. Reconnect it. Down and in. Just make sure you clock it correctly. When it's in the middle position, that should be straight up. Push it in.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.